the leaders of Christian church, all denominations, somehow concluded that they could rewrite what sin was and wasn't. And that's when they said the law is fulfilled by Yeshua on the cross. And then they were forced, because they had removed the law, which was the definition of sin, according to 1 John 3:4. Sin is transgression of the law. They were forced to define what sin was, because throughout the New Testament, it shows us that there are definitely still some things that we're supposed to avoid, lists them, and says that these sins, these things, will bar us from the kingdom and send us to the lake of fire. So it's definite that sin still exists and that we're not supposed to do certain things, but now the church at large had to rewrite which laws apply. And the majority conclusion is whatever laws are reaffirmed in the New Testament. But that is not stated anywhere in the Bible. And
it's just a fabricated rule, just totally out of thin air.
So that means that all the leaders of all these people, congregants, are already redefining the laws, and they're not all agreeing. Because some, especially more left-leaning, more progressive churches now, are also not defining obvious sins that are labeled sin in the New Testament as sin. So that means they're ignoring some of the laws that are repeated in the New Testament as well.
Yep.
So now we have some denominations that are defining law one way, some that are defining it another, and none of them line up with the biblical definition of the law as all the laws in the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation. Once man starts getting his little pen out and for all intents and purposes, crossing out words that Yah put in place in the Word, in His Word, that's when we start going very wrong.